You're on time. You're always on time. So don't worry about it. You're on time. That's what I have to tell myself. Just now I had to tell myself. Just get... Mm-mm-mm. I have to remember, it slips from my knowing, you know how the cycles are, that I am on time. I'm on time. You know what I mean? No worries, I'm on time. I'm not going too fast. I'm not going too slow. I'm not missing out on anything. Everything is happening just the way it needs to happen. I'm on time. You're on time. I was on time when I was fucking abusing alcohol like no other. I was on time then. Now, people wouldn't say I was on time, but people wouldn't have known who I would have became after all that experience. Because now I can teach people about real life getting over alcohol. Like, really getting over alcohol. Not the kind of getting... Well, let me not go there, because I don't want to offend anybody in this respect. But anyway. So I was on time then, and I'm on time now. I'm on time. Stop rushing. Stop thinking that something is... Stop striving. Even as this... Because I don't really strive anymore. It's just that feeling thing. It's a feeling thing inside me, and I'm like, geez, I'm on time. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not... I'm pretty good, so I'm all inside now, and I just get a feeling like... Whatever, it makes me want to tell myself, hey, you're on time. Nothing's going wrong. You're on time. You had a good day today. Work was easy. Nothing happened that was, out of the ordinary. It flew by. Fastest Monday yet. It seems like each Monday is getting faster and faster at work. And then, boom, time slows down when I get to my home. But, hey, had to resort to blowing them. I don't want to kill them. So I still roll my eyes at the person. I would just smash that ant, no quorums. Now I don't want to kill him. I roll my eyes because it's like, I know that if I do kill him, it would be just the right timing for him. And it's not a big deal because death doesn't exist like you think it is anyway. So I roll my eyes. But, if I chose not to kill him like that, he didn't want to go yet. He had still shit to do. He had some food to find or something. You know what I mean? And that's how perfect the universe is. Source energy is. Consciousness is. Yeah, let's put all that fancy talk and just call it consciousness. So instead of God, instead of the universe, instead of source energy, instead of, I do like the moving image of eternity. We'll keep that. Just say, just put that. It's consciousness. It's consciousness. It's consciousness. Consciousness studying consciousness, studying consciousness, studying consciousness. So that's not to make it seem like it's not. That word should be as divine as all those other words. Because that's what it is. So that should be, if we're going to use a word, we need to think of a new word. Maybe you shouldn't label it at all. It's just what it is. Anyway, God, going off on a fuck. Alright. You're on time. I'm on time. I'm fucking on time. Stop worrying. And I'm not even worrying anymore. Like I said, it's just like a feeling. It's like a slight variance that I'm tweaking. It's like fine tuning. It just goes up to anybody who's on a little more harsher setting. You're on time. The sooner you can really integrate that to where it's real knowing, to where you're not cycling it anymore, like you know it. Because I'll really know it. Big long cycles of knowing it. But then I still have, it's not quite completely there yet in my now moment. There's still, like just what just happened. I had to remind myself. You're on fucking time, bitch. Now, is it saying that I smoked the bowl? No, because I had already been. So I did start smoking some weed. Brings me a little closer to the temperate rally. And I remember, hey, fucking on time. But I also remember when I'm not just smoking a bowl too. So I have this cycles upon cycles, and some longer than others. But if you really get that, that's what you really, always in the right place at the right time. Everything's always working out for you. Those beliefs, if you can get them real beliefs and not just saying them because you think you should because you're trying to do something new that you figured out, so you're just repeating them. You know, fake it till you make it. I don't like that one. I'm not behind that one. I will never say that. You have to find a way for you to actually believe it. Now, if faking it till you make it gets you there, okay, that's you. That doesn't work for me. I just know I'm faking it, so I would never leave there. I'm like, no, this is not real. Can't go any further. Well, that's just my personality. You got to figure out what works for you to believe that. Because there's a whole shitload of beliefs out there, all up for grabs. And they all have a part in creating a reality. You got a big mixed bag. You get to choose what you put in there. And if you look at some people's lives in this world, you know it has to be true. You're working here 9 to 5, just butt-breaking work, and maybe someone's even worse than that than you. And some people out there just floating on farts, you know, breathing in dollar bills, doing whatever they want. And you're just like, something's wrong here. Yeah, you have a bunch of fucking thoughts that are fucking you over. It's just fucking you right over. You don't even know it. Because you think you're just living the real life. That's a big belief structure there, right there. You think, you know, it's all hard stuff and space between that and this. And magic doesn't exist. I don't even like the word magic, by the way. I will never say that. But I'm just, you know, just part of explaining. Magic doesn't exist. And you gotta work. Here's one. You have to work hard to get what you want. That's a belief. And why? You look around. Not everyone's working hard. I mean, some people have more than you. Something's wrong there. It's a belief. You don't have to work hard to get good stuff, to get what you want, to get ahead in life. You don't. And this is coming from someone who actually works. But people see the amount of work I do, and they're always like, a hard worker come in and say stupid stuff. Not stupid stuff like that. I shouldn't say that. But it's easy when you're connected. I'm not working hard. I'm singing songs and feeling good. I like my job. So it's easy, so I'm light. I don't get tired very fast. Because I like what I'm doing. Time flies by. So it's not hard work. When you really like it, it's not hard work. Think about something you really like doing that might seem hard to someone else who doesn't like it. But you love it. Is it hard to you, or you just love doing it? It might be a hard thing that you're doing, but you love it so much that if you put so much time into it, it's easy for you. And you love it. It's not hard. Same kind of thing. When you're really, it's not hard work. So that's why I don't understand when people just say that to me. I do tell them, like, no, it's not hard work when you're having fun. I'll say something like that, and I mean it, but they just think I'm being whatever, you know, whatever. I don't care. I really got off on a tangent. So your mixed bag. You got to figure out your thoughts and what you actually believe, because they hold they or what is creating a reality, and that is a belief. It took me more than 10 years to get down, to really say, okay, yes, for sure. Now, before that, I really believed it, and I proved it to myself time and time again, but you're so deep in your cycles. You can't. And then you don't, and your hindsight's not there yet because you haven't lived that 10 years yet. So you might think you really believe it, but then 10 years from now, you look back like, God damn, I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. Imagine 10 years from now. Oof, can't even imagine. I'm learning so fast. 10 years from now, I'll probably just explode or something. I don't know. Anyway, so figure out your thoughts. This is turning into teaching moment. Just figure out your fucking thoughts. What are you thinking? They're creating a reality. You gotta notice. You have to notice. Why does the same shit keep happening to you? Why? Because you're focusing on it. You're focusing on it. And the thoughts you think also help it. But it's about your attention. But your belief structure kind of is there because you put so much momentum behind them. So it's kind of always there. For lack of a better way of explaining it. It can change. But you know, try to teach someone that it's the most limiting thing when you think you know it. Even if you... It's like, because when you think you know something, you don't look any further. So really cut you off from so much. So even if you know something, you gotta always keep a little thing in there. But there's always more to learn, or there can always a new way out. You never know. You gotta keep a little leeway in it so you don't get trapped. But anyway, what was I talking about? Your thought structures. I'm trying to stop going off on tangents. Fucking tangent master over here, doing it again right now. Your beliefs, figure out, because they're creating a reality. Don't believe that? Well, they're still creating a reality. It's just that since you don't believe that, it does not seem that way to you. And I lived half of my life where that was the case. If me from now came to myself when I was 10, 15, 20, 25 and said, hey man, the thoughts you're thinking right now, they're actually creating a reality, I would be like, I don't know what I would say, but I wouldn't. I'm like, get away from me. Because I didn't believe that, but I was just running on pure default. I ran into what the culture I was born into, what my mom and dad kind of, whatever they figured out in life. I ran into that, and then the culture around us, the U.S. culture, whatever states I were in. My dad was in the military. I was in a lot of different states, so that was actually probably a good thing. To be around different people, at school, and so yeah, that's one good thing. I was around a lot of people. Anyway, violent itch. Thought systems, your beliefs and your thoughts. Stop going on fucking tangents, bitch. Even if you believe it or not, it's still working. That's one of those things that's always there. So if you do not believe this thought and you believe whatever else you believe, or that's what I was saying, I was running on default. You're just running on default and don't even think about this stuff at all. So whatever you defaulted in, is this what your life is giving you? So I just give you some tidbits, I was gonna say what my parents kind of believe and the things they say and their thoughts. So I'm not gonna bring them up, but they're kind of like negative type things. I'm trying to not be nice to them, yeah. And so I have the same thing naturally, and I wouldn't have known it. I just my thought process. But luckily, the universe was not going to let that happen because I have stuff to do, apparently. So they made sure that everything I was going through was exactly what I needed to be right here, right now, and it's continuing that way. And the only good thing is when you know it, it works better. Not when you're running on default. So figure out your thoughts. They do create your reality. They really do. I know it sounds like not even a thing. And I mean literally. A thought, as she says, Abraham, a thought that you think, a thought that gets thought, we're thoughts. They just keep thinking. Thought's probably not the right word for it. It's consciousness. It has a way of eternally creating itself. Even if you split one off, seemingly, it will then eternally create itself. So it's like that kind of thing. Like Terrence McKenna was saying when he would take DMT and go to the elf world, and they're not elves like pointy ears, but that's self-transforming elf machines made of anything. But he would take DMT, get fucking pushed down the birth canal, or it was a muscle squeezing him, contracting him, pushing him through, and he would break through this space. And it would seem nothing would outrightly tell him he was underground, but it seemed like it was a domed place underground. For some reason, that's the vibe he said he would get, but nothing would really say that. And it was, I don't remember much about the actual vibe of the place, although he did say it had kind of like a nursery-ish vibe. Like it would seem like if you were to be going into a new world, a new realm, but you were a baby and new, this would be where you would go. But he was just speculating. Under a dome, and they would come. You would hear them first. And they would be there. These bouncing and jostling and kind of giddy and a little violent. They had a little... And they would just be all pumping and try to see them all. You send so many. Bouncing around and shit. And transforming and sparkling, made of skin and sex and lust and porcelain and just these things. And they... but you rarely come yourself. And they would jump into my chest, his chest, and jump back out, and they would be like, look at this, and they would be transforming into these little things and birthing little things out. But look at this, no, look at mine, and jostling each other, and then they go off in fucking explosions. It was like Looney Tunes a little bit, sped up, he said. And he would always go back to this world, and this was his thing, man. He was always talking about, what is this place? And he would see him, he laid on the fact that he thought eventually that this is either way off into the future of what human beings would be doing, way off into the future sometime, or it was the where dead souls would go. Man, he didn't know what the fuck it was. On Stone Line, he would take DMT. He had to take, I think, a nice mile or whatever. I don't know too much about that, but it would be fast onsetting. Boom. And the thing is, he would still be himself in this place of the self-transforming elf machine, and they're all looking like impossible things. He said if he could bring one of these things back into this realm, it would change everything. You can't even explain it. They would just be morphing, a self-transforming. Why he would call him elf? Because he'd say it multiple times. They did not look like elves, but something about him, like it seemed he was in the dome. He couldn't tell you why. He wants to call him elf machines for some reason. Self-transforming, contextual, like language. That was important. I'm glad I remember that. They were like language. And I think this is what we're doing now. This is what we're doing now. Remember my thing? The borderless TV screen. We're just a borderless TV screen. There's no outside. You are all the images and shapes that you are seeing. And it is forming itself in a perspective that seems like you are this. You know, you can kind of see your nose in front of your face. But it's really this thing that's not really space at all, and it's really not even there. It's like a wisp. And it's you, a self-transforming, except you like it this way. You like to self-transform into this kind of thing. Now, if an alien would see all these shapes and colors, the leaves blowing, and me talking, hear the fan on, and the steering wheel, and he'd be like, what the fuck is this? It would be like trying to explain what Terrence McKenna would try to explain what he saw. I'd be like, what is it? It was like, I can't even explain it. It was like colors shifting. It was like, it was something, but it wasn't. I mean, whatever, you couldn't explain it, right? But to us, it's what we are. And I think, because they would try to tell him while he was here that you could do this too. You do it too. And in his experience, he would feel something coming up. And it's like he would want to say something or something. And I don't know if I don't remember if he would, I don't think he ever got to the point where he was making the things. I don't think so. Or maybe there was one recording where I heard that where he did it. I was like, yeah, you're getting it. And they would be all excited. He's got it. By George. Just like that. And they would go off fighting each other again. Explode. I mean, it was like Looney Tunes. They were jostling around. He's doing it. And they wanted him to do that. They wanted him to learn to create a visible, conscious thought form shifting thing that will then go off on its own. We are one of those. Take away the space, there's no space. Science has found this. There's no space. It's an illusion. One electron standing next to itself, if you want to describe it like that. Infinitely, because it can move faster than light. It can move infinitely fast, so it could be two of himself. Alright? It bees all the pixels of your borderless TV screen. It bees you. It's you. Every little pixel, every little electron, you can all see them. You can all see them. If you get the view, sometimes that life is pixelated. It's like grainy. Certain environments, you can really see it. It's you, and there's no outside of it. You're all there is. It can be scary to a lot of minds and consciousness, so that's why that's one of the reasons this is the thing. Because you're not ready to understand that. It's just you. But you're amazing. And you're the moving image of eternity. And you fooled yourself. And you can do it again and again and again. You can do anything, pretty much. It's you. Imagine a TV screen. A flat, a nice, expensive one. One of the ones now, I'm sure, I don't look at news or things anymore. I'm sure there's got to be ones that are so thin they're barely anything. Imagine that. Take away all the outside space and whatever room it's in, take it away. It's just a screen. No space around it. It's not sitting in space. It is all there is. There's no space outside of it. Alright? Some minds I don't think can understand this. It's all there is. And then you can shift and change into any perspective. And if you do it right, we can have this. But it's still next to nothing. Or everything. Paradoxes mean you're on the right path. Thank you, Bashar, for that one. So, that's where I'm at. Now, there's more to it. There's the feeling aspect. But it's all, once you meld it all together, it's kind of all the same thing. It's like, where do you want to put your little perspective in the sea of everything? Like, where do you want to come up at it? You know, you can kind of do whatever. It's even more than that, because we're creating it all. And we have it like this because we want to do it like this. We like the bumping and fucking. We like it. For now. But apparently, if that's the far out future that Terrence was talking about, it changes. Change is the only constant. So we're gonna change. We're not gonna be. You think we're gonna be humans forever, just living on this planet? You know, it's gonna be what's happening forever. It might be what's happening for a long ass time. It might as well be forever. But it ain't gonna be what's happening forever. We're gonna get bored. We're gonna want to do something else. Or maybe. Ooh, it's weird to think about everything we already ever thought that we're gonna do, obviously, and what we did. It's all happening now already. So anything that I'm going to do, whatever path I take, they're all happening now. Because energy doesn't. It's just happening now. We're just skewing the perspective so we can have this nice view of linear progression, progress, learning new things. You know. It's all happening now. Your future yous are happening now. Your past selves are happening now. If you try to go back and see them, you create a new timeline where you're there with them seeing it. And it's a different timeline. And you're not seeing the same self that was there, but that you were trying to see. Wrap around that one. But what's more important than recognizing that there is no space? Space is an illusion. And then everything, this moving image of eternity, this blooming, buzzing confusion, if we were an alien looking at it, but it's not confusion because we have meaning attached to all this. It's all there is. There's no outside to it. It's like, what space? And no, you're thinking. You're not thinking. There is no space. There's no space between my face and this phone. That's an illusion. And then we take all those colors that you're seeing and you're thinking there's space still. Okay, whatever. We can get you through that. I know it's tough. Take all those colors. That's all there is. There's no space. And then there's no outside to that. It's just you. But look what you can do, so don't be afraid. You can split yourself up next to yourself and then go off on complete journeys for who knows how long. So that when you meet them again, they're a completely different you. And you actually have a real, as close as you're going to get, it's still you, a real other person or being, consciousness to talk to and relate with. If they're close enough to you. There's people you can't relate with. Beings you can't relate with, they're just too far away vibrationally. But it's all you still. No space. This is an illusion. And then all this, there's no outside. It's only you. Alright. So what's more important than understanding that? Because you ever see someone or read a book about someone who just had this weird courage, a sparkle in their eye when they're about to do something most people thought would do? They're the people who figure out what death is. The real ones. There are some people who have that courage, who are really afraid, don't know what death is, and they're going to do it anyway. That's the raw courage. Anything can happen. Who knows what your missed bag is, what your belief systems are, what you're accustomed to. Who knows? Anything can happen. That's dropping the ball down the Plinko machine. Right? But you ever met a person like this in real life? I know what death is. I believe I've already died. So do many people. There's already been plenty of kids coming back and solving murders, their own murders, from other bodies they live in. It's already, I mean, you have this sparkle in your eye. Like, you know things are probably going to work out. And if they don't, well, you're not worried about it anyway. So you move better, you're not rigid, you're faster than the enemy if it has to be a battle type thing. You have no fears. You're just going in there. Your only thing is to fucking chop some shit up. And you're not afraid. You're not on, like, hopped up on drugs and just going crazy because you're not afraid. You're not afraid because you have figured out what death is. So they usually become the leaders. They lead the charge because people will get them. I'm still fucking it up. Got to get behind them, and they'll get some of that energy themselves. Well, they're fucking people up. They kind of ride in the wake. They just naturally become the leaders. Things like that. The people who know. And now there's more and more people who know. More and more people with weird abilities. You're watching them, you're like, what the fuck? How the fuck does he do that? So many so now that I'm watching them, I'm like, well, scroll, because I'm like, how the fuck does he do that? I'm not going to spend time thinking about it. There's like a billion of them now. So, and it's cool. People are coming into themselves. People are figuring out how creative they are and how powerful they are. And they're changing their realities, finally. Finally, the foot of stagnant. We do it this way because we've always done it this way. Mentality is lifting. Oh, finally. Finally. But this reality that we are seeing now with all this new stuff happening. 20 years ago when we were back young, 20 years ago, before any of us, I wasn't thinking about this stuff 20 years ago. This reality was still happening. Does that make sense? It's still there happening. Waiting for you to align to it. And then all that, remember, it's all you. So, all the stuff, all the cliche, we're all one and be nice because they're just you. People don't understand how literal it is. Especially when there's no space. Space is an illusion. People don't understand. Most people don't. Some do. Plenty do probably now. I still don't think they do. But then again, there's a perspective. We're playing this game on purpose. We kind of want there to be the illusion of space. We kind of don't want everyone figuring it out. We need a big mass of people who kind of don't figure it out or think they're figuring it out. We need them for this big world of people doing stuff, We need the workers and the shopkeepers, and we need the people who do complain, and we need people who complain about the complainers, and we need people who do that, and this, and this, and that, and then we need them all. I know, even the nasty ones. I'm not even going to label them. Even the nastier ranks. We need them. We do. Because if we want to have the good stuff, if we want to have the blessed stuff and be able to experience that, guess what? You can't cut the snake off of the tail. You have to have both. They're all part of the same snake. And the snake's a circle. And the circle is you. And it's moving everything eternally. And there's no fucking outside to this circle. And whatever perspective it makes, remember, there's no real space in it. It's a fucking illusion. But the very important illusion, because we want to be able to punch someone in the face and things like that. You know what I mean? We want to be able to play this game. So it's a very important illusion. Very important illusion. Can't just be waking up. Everyone just can't be waking up. Actually, everyone could wake up because everyone has their own reality. So you would wake up to your most preferred version of what waking up means to you. If you want to wake up in a reality where most people don't wake up, that's the reality you wake up in. If you want to wake up in a reality where tons of people wake up, that's the reality. If you don't really think about it, you're just going to get wish-washed into someone else's plan. So, I don't want everyone waking up. I want enough people waking up so that we move where we're going and so that everyone has a better life. And if you want to still have the dense life of not knowing this shit, you can. It'll be better for you. There'll be infrastructure down. And it won't be so bad and, all this. I'm not even going to give it attention to what's going on. That's all it is, too, trying to get your attention. You know, I always thought, why do these fucking advertisers spend so much money on advertising? I can count on my hand the amount of time looking at advertising and say, I'm going to go with that. Never. Why do they spend so much money on it? Well, it's a numbers game first. There's so many dumb people. There's so many variances of intelligence is ripe for growth out there that you just throw it out into a sea of those, you're going to get a lot of hits. That's one reason. The other reason is they know the power of attention and focus. That's the main reason. The other thing's just a plus. The main reason is the attention and the focus. The attention and the focus. You ever work at a company? They got to brand everything with their company logo and give it out to you all the time as gifts? No, they're not gifts. They need the logo out there. It's an attention thing. That's how important your attention and focus is. I don't just mean visual, but yes, that's part of it. That's how important. And yes, they're not, and it's a gift too. They're punning. They're doing both. But this is all companies. This is all things. You start your own company, you're going to want to get your name out there. You're going to want to make signs and shit. Now, there are people who get around this. Think of big expensive car companies that you don't ever see a car commercial for. I'm sure you can name one. You don't ever see car commercials for them, but everyone knows they're good and everyone knows they're expensive and they always sell their cars. Well, that's different. You built up reputation. You don't need it anymore. You don't need to advertise. Your product is the advertisement. It's, and that's how you should feel for yourself. For yourself. You are the gift. You. If you don't feel that way, you got some work to do. You are the gift. You are the gift. I'm the gift. I know I'm the gift. I don't need to learn that. But you don't want to say that in front of most people because it's just going to rub them the wrong way. So they're not going to... You say it in front of someone who knows they're the gift also, though, really knows it, and you two high five. You're like, yeah, bitch. But you say that in front of a group of people who don't know they're the gift. And they don't want you to know you're the gift either because they don't know they're the gift. They want you at that vibrational level because that's where it feels good. Everyone at the same vibrational level. Then I feel good and I can live out the rest of my days not fulfilling my full potential. Hey, I need you to be here too. Yeah. And you. Come on. So all vibrate together. Get nice because it doesn't feel good. We're all vibrating together and harm. But then someone like me or anyone whose higher vibration comes along and all of a sudden they're kind of looking like, they can go a lot of ways. Jealousy. People think they gotta humble you. People try to man spread in front of you like over and over again. It just gets so awkward and embarrassing that you have to finally say something. All kinds of stuff. And it's just because your frequency's high and they're not used to it. But if I were to go to a group of people that were high frequency, it'd just be normal, or we boasted each other even more. It wouldn't be me having to really rely on my practice focus so I don't dip, so that I can make these fuckers' true personalities come out. Alright? And true personality is just something that's you need to see first so that you can change it. Dude. I mean, ew, come on, man. Oh, anyway. Ooh, this one I'm on. That's what I like doing, I guess. I just get going. It's the best, the way to do it that way. Because it's ad-lib and it just comes out, it's genuine and authentic and it's fucking script anything. That's definitely something I never do. You can tell that. Anyone who's ever watched enough of my videos know I'm always just put the video on and whatever comes out as far as playing guitar or talking. I used to think it was a hindrance. I used to sit down and try to write a song. Try to write it. Oh, God. I used to have a speech thing where I would mix my R's and W's as a kid. Every now and then it comes out. Ugh. Try to write a song. And it doesn't even feel good. I just want to make it. So what I gotta do is I gotta capture a random song that I really like. That some of my random shit, there's good shit in there sometimes. But it's I don't care about it after I make it. That's the bad thing about being so ad-lib and random. I do it so easy now. I can just make anything up like that. But after I make it, I can tell I love it as I'm making it, and I love it like maybe an hour after, but then after that, I don't give a shit anymore about it. I can't tell you what I did in it, what I said in it. I don't care. It wasn't that way when I first started. I could kind of remember 10 songs in, 10 songs in, 10. Now, don't even give a shit. Think about it. It kind of bleeds into my songwriting. Like, I don't even want to sit down and write a song, because I know I can just sit up, stand up, and I'm getting better and better. Just do the song. That's always what I wanted to do. I remember thinking, I just want to get up and ad-lib everything, and it'd be good. Every time is different. Instead of, and I did want that at one time, but it was a long time coming. But here I am, and I can do it. And so yeah, that's just what I like doing. So I just gotta suck it up. You know, I could branch off and try songwriting, because sometimes I really want to get down to write something down. That's what I'll do. I'll get something written down that I like, and worry about it later. Yeah, God, this is going everywhere. Anyway. Lots of good stuff in here. Lots of good stuff. I can see where I'm at now, my perspective now. I can see that. All right, let me dial it back a little bit. First, let me say, it is my belief that we have intentions when we come into these bodies of things that we would like. A general thing that we theme, right? And it could be anything, or you might like things with no theme. I don't know, but there's a theme to it, right? So I can see one of them being a person, because it's really, all right, Hornet, look, thank you. I'm trying. No more being afraid of these bitches, because it's communication. You know, they can tell when I'm looking at them, like, dude, this is not a place for you to be. At least not right now. Let me roll my window up. You can make a nest right in my car. I don't care, but you don't come inside here. And they can tell. You get all like that, then they can tell that too. And it's like an energy thing, and they're a sponge, and you know, so you just. That's not how I am now. I haven't had to test this with one of those big brown wasps yet, and I hope I never do. Because those things are vicious. Hornet, got it down. This is a big yellow fly. Yes. I'll just keep telling myself that. Bumblebees, they're cute. Bees, alright, good. Stay away from me. Good. Those big brown fucking nightmare hornets. The wings that look like blades of steel. The eyes that look like praying mantises. Hot faces. I love you guys. I'm sure everyone has a purpose. Hope I never have to test that. You will see a version of me. I will try to keep my cool because my phone is on. Let me stop thinking about it, because that's gonna fucking bring it right to me. Anyway. What was I saying? I can see. Ooh, I got it back fast. One of the themes coming down, because it's really tricky to try to get dense reality people to know that what I just tried to explain. It's really hard to know that they create their own reality. It's a thing. It's not easy. It's so tricky. It's even tricky to figure it out yourself. So I can see how that being a very niche thing. He thinks he's better than he's going down to Earth to teach reality. He's going down to Earth to tell them that their thoughts create their reality. This guy. You know, that kind of thing. Oh, this guy, he thinks he's that good, kind of thing. I can see how it'd be a thing that they want to do. It's probably what I want to do. I think I'm doing it. I think it's probably the vibe I want. It's like, no, I got this. I gotta help this planet out. No, I got this. Just get me down there. Just get me down there. I don't even care which family. Somewhere in America. Get me in there. Just get me the fuck out in there. Well, here I am. And then here I am, finally remembering. It's just the beginning. It is just beginning, because it's always tip of the iceberg. Like an eternal tip of the iceberg. That's good surfing. Get me down there. Get me down. I'll end this fucking shit. What? Perpetual manipulation, war, and get me down there. Not with my energy. Not with my energy, bitch. Not with my knowledge. No. Get me the fuck down there. I can see that's how it was. I bet you that's how it was. And then I'm fucking here. By year 20, let's say, fast forward to, I'm 24 years old. Oh God, he's cooked. My inner being's looking at me like, he's cooked, he's never come out. They said, I was knee deep in alcoholism, and I was drinking bottles of vodka like it was candy. Ooh. Can't even think about it now. I was cooked. My inner beings were like, no, look, he was all gung-ho. I'm sure they're like, he's all gung-ho coming on the earth. Look at him now, bitch. I know it. I just know it. Because they know it's all a game, so, it's fun. Oh, no. Yeah, I was cooked many years, from about 22 to about 35. Loosely. I can't really remember where I started coming out of that at any kind of good pace. Man, I can laugh at it now. That was rough. Man, let me tell you how much I was drinking. Let me tell you how much I was drinking. You don't even know. I would pregame just to pregame, and then came the pregame. Then I would go out to the bar, stay till 2 o'clock, and then go find whatever bars were open past 2. And there's always something going on. Or I find myself waking up in some other person's house, yard, my toilet. But it got so easy, and you get used to it. It's just, you're crazy what you get used to, and it's a trap what you can get used to, man. Get used to it. Just go from one alcohol drink to the next, thinking I was doing something. Ended up on the biggest cans of Steel Reserve you could buy was my thing, eventually. I would need at least 4 of the biggest cans to play Rocket League. People are understanding now. Any of my casual Rocket League partners like, oh, what year was this? Oh, I understand. Or to go out. Anytime you saw me out at the bar or something, I was at least 4 cans in. And people probably wouldn't know, because coming into the bar, I was fine. But you wouldn't know. Because I had the metabolism of a fucking sun or something. I would also, what saved me most of the time, I think, I would dance all night long. All night. Cutting backflips, breaking my hand on tables, fucking up my backflips, and then go back to dancing all night long with a broken hand. Didn't even let it look at it. You would never. Is this the one? You would never know. It never goes away. Never know. Just dancing, just getting to just broken hand, girls' body parts all on my face. Wake up in some person's house. Oh God. The days. I mean, no, not the days. It was fun at the time. While you're drunk, you know how it is. Anyone who drinks, really drinks, knows how it is. Why did I get on this? I don't know. The amount of drinking I would drink because I got out of it. I'm out of it. I haven't drank for more than a year now, and I know. As I was quitting from about 30 to about 38, so I've been over a year. I'm 42 now. So over a year, I don't know how much I've been not drinking. So let's just give me a break and say 40. Even though from 40 to 41, I had to still be drinking a little bit. Just a little bit, but barely any. I would have a couple beers while playing. No, what people would call normal drinking. I like wind down the other way, you know what I mean? So from 22 to 40. So from 22 to about 28. The vicious years. Oh. Now, I look back now and I realize some things about the people I was hanging out. I'm not going to go deep into that with. But anyway, from 28 to 35, I thought I was cutting back, but I was still drinking more than anyone I knew. But I was cutting back. 35, to 40. The sun. Started drinking. I mean, I don't know what happened. I don't even know what was going on, but I was drinking less, and I knew it. And I would say, hey, did you drink less this month than you did last month? All right. Even by one beer? Hey, cool. You didn't? All right, we'll try again next month. That's my mentality. Very easy going. I wouldn't get on myself about it. Other people tried to. That locks you in place. You gotta be easy with it. Anyway, made it to 40. By the time I hit 40, I was drinking normally, lightly, very just when I played Rocket League or whatever. It was barely anything. So I knew I was good. I was like, all right, man. I made it. Now, no drinking at all. At all. And I was already moving that route. I was barely. The only thing that was keeping us that I would like to have when I was playing Rocket League. That was it. That was the only thing keeping me on. Still more money than I needed to be spending. What kicked it was for a girl. I got a crush on a girl, and I was like, well, done. Easy. No more drinking. And I stuck with it. The girl fell through. But, whatever. I stuck with it. And here I am. Don't even have no urges, no anything. So you can come out whatever drinking that you're in now. I mean, I was bad. I was bottled knocked under the bed bad. Lots of them. Clinko town. You can come out of it. Or not. But death doesn't exist. This is not me telling you to die or condoning suicide. Because life is precious and you don't have to. But death is not what you think it is. So lighten up on yourself. The lightening up is what's going to help you quit faster. Okay? I had to lighten up on myself. Light. And then I realized lots of things that helped me. Life just seems to take you that way. It's just, if you're not meant to be in whatever environment you got indoctrinated into, life will make sure you don't stay there. And it will leave a trail, a raft, a wound, a big trail of karma for anyone who was fucking with you purposely. And you will be moved to where you're supposed to be. And then when you click over to actually knowing this, it could take years and years and years and years. You could think you know it for years, and then you finally get it when they're like, damn, I didn't know shit. And then 10 years from now, you're like, fuck, I didn't know shit then. And 10 years from now, you're like, fuck, I never know shit, so let me just shut up. You can get out of it, is what I'm saying. If I could get out of the drinking I was doing, you can get out of the drinking you're doing. Or are doing. It's easy. It's not easy at first. I should not lie. It was not. Once you get past a certain point, it's easy. It really is. I drink water most of the days now. Water. I've become a water drinker. Because I know how important it is. Is that somebody I know? Hold on a second. I gotta be nosy. No, it just looks like him. That was someone I know. Like, get the fuck out of here. I'm just kidding. Just kidding. You can take that to any addiction. It's all momentum, it's all cycles, it's all you not knowing how our version of the way we want our universe, how it works. Focus, attention, building momentum. But if you're unaware, you can build up lots of momentum and it will just be your life. And you'll just think, this is me. And it's tragic when you think about it, but if you can remember that it's a game we're playing and what the real thing is, the moving image of eternity with no space and borderless, and it's you, well then, is it really that serious? No, it's not. But you can't really tell this to people, most people, because their lives are serious. And if you tell them that their life's not serious, you're liable to get punched in the face. You gotta have some tact, you gotta have some discernment of who you're talking to. And I learned so fast. I remember being in the dance, so you have respect for it. It's a thing. It's a way of playing. It's nothing wrong with it. Not everyone wants to be woken up. You go through a lot of shit to be really woken up. If you see someone like me and you make it a desire that you really want to be woke for real, you're gonna go through some shit. Probably. 85% chance. Maybe your life, maybe you won't, but good chance you're gonna go through some shit. People are gonna fall away. Tragic ending. You gotta remember why it's happening. You set the course. You really had desire to want to awaken. Well, we gotta clear the table. We gotta get all the shit out of the way. You got people around you that cannot be around you if you go in the places where you're going. You cannot take these people. That is a big thing. You create your own reality. So if you raise your vibration super high and say you get somewhere in life that's coveted and you got people who want to take advantage of that, right? That's not even the point. The point is you have friends that knew you back way when, are still a friend, or they're still friends now, but they didn't raise their frequency. And you may feel, just naturally, and I didn't think about it, I'll just bring them along. Could work out okay. Might not work out okay. You're not going to be able to get to where you're going to go. They're going to be a vampiric energy on you. Not even if they're doing it purposely. But you create your own reality. So if you want them along and you want to string yourself through that, you can. But no. We gotta clear the table. You're gonna be a new person. You're gonna be the same person. It's weird. You're gonna be more you. You're gonna feel like this is how you always were. It's just you didn't let yourself out because the way others are and the whole thing we got going on here. But you become more you, but you're different. Your frequency's different. And yes, it's a real thing. So you're not going to it's not gonna work out. You're gonna like something's gonna happen. It's just the way things work. And that's why people who get famous always have their hometown. Or maybe they weren't famous and people didn't really treat them that well and then they had to leave and get real famous. And then when they come back, oh no, we love you. It's an energy thing. It's a human thing, it's a consciousness thing. It's an energy thing. Happens all the time. But the internet is kind of making it as a different game player. It's like a blanket over everything that kind of changes everything. It's one big blanket. We all get the internet, and this changes everything because we can all communicate with each other. People could just go off independently on their own if they have the drive or they have the passion, which brings the drive. The true, genuine drive, not the characteristic motivation drive. Oh, I gotta do this because my parents, what are they gonna think? Or I gotta do this because of her or him, or this or that. It's all motivation, it's all characteristic. You get the energy, and then you'll have the true drive. And then you put something on the internet, and you're independent. You don't gotta go through the rigmarole. You don't gotta go through the circuit. You don't got to get your chops around all the old fucks who don't want to see you get past them. You could just go right around them. Just go on the internet and push your stuff on the internet. And if it's real, people who want that will be guided to it. End of story. Now, if you don't have beliefs like this, then you're going to have to do it the other way, which is motivation, rugging and chugging and really working and you can get good places that way, but you're tired and you're beat up and you just want to fucking relax. And instead, you can barely do anything and just feel good all the time and still get even better. Way better than what you can get by chugging and lugging. But amongst the world of chugging and luggers, the people at the top, they got something. They got, there are plenty of really rich and wealthy people who lots a lot of shit that people have who chugged and lugged it. But they're still in the realm of the chugging and luggers. The realm of the connection to sourcers. Whatever. Is way bigger, way more easy, and way more rewarding. It's like, it's easier, but you get more. If you don't have a belief that will entertain that, you won't see that life. If you believe hard work is the only way, you gotta really get out there, or whatever varying beliefs that are like that, You're not going to be able to have this life because your belief is creating the reality that you're living. So you really believe that, then you're going to see people who are chugging and lugging who are really doing things. And yeah, I'm going to be like that. You're going to be in a portion of your reality where that's the case. Someone might be a passer through that doesn't think that way. They're going to be like magic to you. Like, why does everything he does always work out? Well, he has a bubble of belief that is different. And when you're around him, if you're aware enough, you're in his reality. And you could learn something or change. You might feel a little more inspired to be a little more happier. Or, I've worked in this place that I've worked in for like over 3 years now, probably approaching 4 years. The amount of people that I hear singing, next to none for a long time. I always sing usually. I mean, they got the songs on, and and now I start to hear people singing though. It just fucking warms my heart. I'm just like, oh, yeah, bitch. You only had to be in my reality for a couple of years, and here you go, finally. Well, they hired a bunch of new people too. It's not a coincidence. People with higher frequency. They always hire new people too. We got a bunch of new people, man. I've been there a few years now. We didn't get these amount of people all these other years. Fuckload of new people. And I'll be a little cocky. It's because of my frequency. But people don't want to hear that because there are plenty, and you can't say that. There are plenty of hard workers and chugging luggers, and they're all doing the job. Everyone is there as a team to make the whole thing work. My frequency, or anyone who has high frequency, I'm not the only high frequency person in that store, by the way. And it's not a competition to say I'm the highest or anything like that. It's not about that. Higher frequency are integrative. It's more spread out and all encompassing, and it helps out in a myriad of ways that other people don't understand. It doesn't mean that the chugging and luggers and the hard workers, the genuine ones, even the ones that are slackers, everyone's a puzzle piece there, and there for a reason. Everyone. Well, I've been noticed people be getting fired and new people be coming in more and more. You got to keep up with the frequency that people like me are forcing on that place through practice. I'm feeling it now, and I force it on that place. If you will be around me, you're gonna be in a higher frequency, regardless if you like it or not. And it can come out in different ways. You could look really pissed off all the time. Or you could find yourself feeling lighter and a little more giddy and finding your own frequency and your own power. And then becoming a light yourself. Like a tuning fork. For the ones that were hitting your shadows and you want to humble me, it's too late now. You couldn't humble me. You couldn't humble me when I was still coming off of being an alcoholic, and you couldn't humble me then. And now that I know who I am, you might as well just sit the fuck down. Alright? You're not gonna humble me. You're not. It's impossible. So, you grow instead and become a person who doesn't think that they gotta humble somebody just because it makes them feel uncomfortable. In any way. I'm not even gonna say the flavor of uncomfortable. And uncomfortable. I'm gonna humble. What do I know? Grow into the person. I should make fun of them. I really gotta stop that. I should make fun of them because everyone's where they're at for a reason to grow the way we're living. Thank you. But grow into the person that doesn't need to do that. Do I ever feel like I need to humble somebody? I don't think so. Not anymore. I can't say I've never felt that way. That's not a factor. I'd rather just turn myself and be somewhere else. It's easy. I'm happy with myself. So I don't need to be fake to keep a group of people around me to be happy. That's the key. That's the one good thing about being happy with yourself, about creating your own, about connecting, finding your own infinite well of source energy. So you can go out by yourself and still feel the same happiness. Right? Yeah, people know what I'm talking about. And you don't need to then, I don't have to say be fake, it's tolerate. It's like a game. So groups of people hang out with each other and maybe they like each other well enough, but everyone has their quirks and everything. You'll tolerate this. What will I tolerate so I can have companionship? It's basically the game. Alright? But someone who has their own self-worth doesn't play that game. They do not like it. Like, how do you move beyond us? We're all grouping up with people because we feel safe and cuddly, and we can talk and gossip and point fingers, and that's the way we feel powerful. By just gossiping, and even if it's harmless gossip, it's still a way for people to come together and get a sense of power. Power's not the right word, just a camaraderie, you know. I have that just in me, just feeling it. I don't need to be around people now. Does that mean I'm a hermit? I don't like people? No. There are plenty of people I interact with that click and we interact, and then the goldness that is me and the goldness that is them escalates into more. But it's not a group of people just tolerating because I don't want to be alone. So yeah, I don't really like you, but you're better than them, and you're better than them. You got a big dick, I guess, you know, whatever. I don't want to be alone. You know, that kind of thing. No, ew, get away from me. Alright, no. You learn to love yourself. You slowly get torn from all those people because your frequencies don't match. And other people come in who match you. It could be anything. It could be you moving away. It could be you get into a different department in your job or whatever. It plays out in that way, and it's so intricate, and the belief system's gonna have so many belief systems and mixed bags in there that it is so you cannot predict this shit, and we're the fucking universe. But of course, if the one thing the universe can't predict is itself, right? The one God would have to be the only person that could trick God, right? And that's all that's happening anyway. It's the only thing that could happen. What else could trick everything? The all-knowing. What could trick the all-knowing but another all-knowing that is really the same thing? But, you know, that's the only way. The trick doesn't last forever, obviously. Because they're both all-knowing. Gotta really make a rigmarole to get this thing going, I think. Get what we got going on here. I mean, we really had to twist ourselves up to get this kind of perspective. It seems so real. We really had to get this going for a long time. And I think it has to do with focus too. I think everything, even the inanimate objects, but definitely animals and things, we all have focus, and we're all focused down here. So the focus keeps the momentum going too. You take all animals and mammals away and everything like that, then it's still the plants and the dirt and the rocks. Everything has to focus it, keeping it going. The moving images, it's like the grand circus. It's like the traveling circus. Where are we traveling to? Doesn't matter because there's no outside. What experience would you like, my friend? You want to completely forget who you are? Completely? And just get thrown in and see where you end up in a trillion, billion, trillion, gazillion years or whatever the number is? And maybe this will be happening. Or any other myriad of things, right? That's a game. Just completely forget. You have the lifeline still, but your goal is not to use it. You want to just see where it ends up. Ooh, wonder if that's what some of us did. But see, it wouldn't be scary once you get into it, because once you get into it, you wouldn't know what you just came from. It would just be what's going on. You just have to like get some sea legs quick. Who knows what it is? You wouldn't know anything else. So are you missing anything? No, you're not. That's like if you fell asleep and you had dreamless sleep and you woke up and 10 hours went by, but it felt like a second. Did you miss anything? What did you miss? What did you miss? There was no consciousness there. You were that dead asleep. No consciousness there. It felt like a second. What did you miss? You missed nothing. Someone sitting next to you, worried over you, had a whole 10 hours full of shit. You missed nothing. It's the same kind of thing. Whatever I was talking about before, that's the same kind of thing that does that. I forgot what I was talking about before. So you get all these ancient beings. I'm starting to believe any kind of thing we can build, be it a staff, be it a vibrational speaker, be it fucking laser beams, rockets, nuclear bombs, all the alien spaceship technology, all that stuff. I'm going on a limb here. I'm pretty sure all that pales into comparison what the human apparatus can do once they figure out their true power. I'm pretty sure. would explain a lot. A lot of people trying to make us not know that. So hard. So hard. We are the thing. We're more powerful than any of that ancient technology. The pyramids thing. Because we are creating reality itself. But not if you don't know it. If you don't know it, you're conveniently a mass part of someone else's plan. Like a tool. Like a bunch of NPCs, and you're just part of other people who know this, and they control you. Once you know you're out, it could cycle back and forth until you're finally out. But then by that time, your reality has already started to take shape into a different way, and you can see how your reality is kind of this ever fucking feather soft bed that always gets laid out in front of you. No matter how many times you fall or roll forward, there's always more bed. It's just perfect the way you like it, unless you don't know it. And you can really have a big scare if you don't know it, but that's all it is a big scare. And that scream, fear, and scare, that fear of the void, or fear someone's about to murder you, that you really believe you're a death sentence. That fear, that completely twisting off of your connection, because you can't sever it. You can't sever it. But that just twisting that connection to God's source energy, he's just twisting it to all hell. That's what that feeling is. Okay? And it's a spice. Some of us like it. When you're an infinite being and you never began and you won't ever end, it's just a way to feel. When you believe you are a human living on the planet, you don't want it, it's not just a way to feel, it's usually a life or death situation when these things come up. When you're willing to twist your connection from source to play the game of real life, to get that feeling that I haven't been afraid in a while, so I don't know, I'm losing it, what it feels like. That feeling when you don't feel your phone in your pocket. Never mind, it's still there on some things. Fuck. It's not quite the same as being murder or the existential dread, but it's about as close as I get these days. Person who doesn't keep any kind of password on their phone at all. Well, there's nothing in here. What are you gonna see? My sexy ass pictures? Yeah, you can see those. Go to my Facebook. The same pictures are on there. I don't post any that I don't take usually. Once the lighting's off. It's all about that lighting, baby. Angles and lighting. No, I actually have the goods too, but they help. They will both her up 10 times, let me tell you. I'm just feeling really good. I'm feeling really good. And I like to broadcast it and have it recorded when I'm feeling connected. So when you're feeling really good, it's the opposite of that twisting. You're unraveling it. Unraveling that twist, and it's just, and then it goes past the relief to feeling like a pushing of joy. I'm gonna say, in the old version of the word gayness wants to come out. It's like, gay used to mean happy. Some of you young bucks might not know that. Joy, gayness, there's another one. There's another good word for happiness. What is it? Fuck. Anyway, it's not fuck. Whatever. Just brimming. That's not it, but I'm like brimming with this feeling of like, when you're there good, because if it goes away, you can kind of just focus in the way that you practice, and it comes right back. That's when you know you're kind of in the sea, like you're in it. Because sometimes you'll focus, it will not come back, weed or not. You'll focus and you won't get what you're feeling right now, what I'm feeling right now. Right now I'm in kind of wavy feeling around my feet. It's not too pointed and excited, but I think I could take it there if I wanted to. It's just kind of like, but I feel happy. You can see in my eyes, I feel good. I feel happy. You can tell it's genuine. and see how long it lasts. I didn't need no person to come up and say they like me. I didn't need someone to give me $50. I didn't need this or that. What did I need? 15 years of practice. Oh shit. Damn. Yeah, that is the big thing, huh? Start now. Because it's worth it. Start now. It's worth it. If when I started this, I don't know how I got into like Abraham Hicks and all this rally crap. I don't know what got me into it. All heavy drinking, started doing drugs and spice and taking cough syrup for hallucinogenic shit. Gotta find the right syrup though. This was so many years ago. Somewhere in there, I learned that rally is something's different here, and it eventually led me to Abraham Hicks. Eventually led me to here. Why did I just say that? Damn, I lost my thread again. Joy, start now. Because if you would have told me, I just had to get the feeling back, and the feeling carried the information to me. If you would have got back before I started this stuff, say I was still just getting into smoking spice or something, and you say, hey, if you learn about rally creation now in 15, 20 years, you'll be happy. I'm like, get the fuck out of my face. But the happiness is what is creating your rally you want, so it's really important when you get it yourself. You need something to get it. Like, if I could only get this feeling while smoking weed, I'd be up shit creek. I'd always make sure I test it every now and then that I can still get to the state. And it's always harder, but I can always do it. But if I needed it, people could take advantage of it. If you needed whatever, this girl knows you really like her and you genuinely like her, right? And maybe she doesn't really like you, but she knows you like her. So she could take advantage of that and just play you for a fool and be with you for a while. Taking your money, and she plays it good, right? You can't even tell. You can't even tell that. There is a point you can get later down the line in your life, you will be aware enough to tell. But at this point, you can't tell. She's just lying in your face. You think she loves you? I don't want to make people afraid, but just take things slow. Live with someone for at least, I want to say 5 years, but 3 years at least. Every day, day in and out. Eventually, the mask is going to have to slip. If there is one. And usually there is. Not everyone is a beautiful, sexy, fucking authentic beast like me. All my bullshit I had and all my masks I used to carry all those years back and all this shit, all this shameful shit, all gone. I've gotten rid of it all. Dissipated back into Mother Earth, back into the ethers, back into the moving image of eternity to be used by someone else. I am free. So why did I get on that for? What was I talking about? Fuck. Alright, so I'm getting the feeling back, and it took me too far back. We're back to the happiness is what matters. Alright, and yes, it took me a long time to be able to get the happiness myself without needing outside shit. Now you can say, well, you need to sit down quiet and meditate for a while. That's outside shit. Okay. But is that needing a girlfriend or needing to have this such and such social hierarchy to please my parents or needing this? No, it's not. It's easy. I just need to sit down and shut up. But it gets to a point where I don't need that anymore, and it's something that's with me. It's riding with me. It's perpetual on its own. Like Terence McKenna and the self-transforming elf machine, or the thoughts, or the consciousness. It's on its own. And it still cycles in and out. But I know that I've acclimated so much, so many levels, that when I'm not feeling it, I'm still there. I just acclimated to it. Usually. And when I'm not there, I know it because it comes more of a tinge. I'm so high. There is something that gets me. It's kind of, I gotta be on my P's and Q's. It's gonna hit hard. It's a relativity thing. But by the time you get there to that point, you have very few trees in your route. Very few trees. It's just the way it naturally works out. Like the way your pinky just fits your nostril perfectly. It's just naturally how it works out. It's just the way it works. So start now. Your thoughts create your reality. You are the only one. Okay? No outside. Space is an illusion. We are self-transforming, moving images of eternity, consciousness. God, source-headed consciousness. We are consciousness. We are consciousness. We need a better word for it. Because people think consciousness means too many different things. We are all that there is. Can't say any better than that. If it's a thing that is, we are it. Can't say any better than that. There's no leeway. Gotta take it literal. Okay? And this is to be something that is a conscious thing that's aware of itself and be around forever. Just like the pinky fence and nose, that means we have to be able to create this kind of thing, or it wouldn't work out. We would have to be this free to create this kind of game, to lose ourselves this good, or it would not work out. It would not be a fun time being alive forever and not being able to be this free. It would be a prison. So like the pinky and the nose, it always works out just like that. You're on time, I'm on time, we're all on time. Shut the fuck up. It's all going good, even if your life is in shambles. I know. I have lots of shambles. I can look back into my past, so many shambles. Lots of moments where if someone came to me and said, hey, it gets better, or hey man, you're right on time, I mean, oh, fuck you, where's my knife? Nah, I was never that person. I was never really violent. Even though I did MMA for a while. Never a violent person. Not to kill somebody. But, you know, you get into that dense dance, you get rolled up, twisted, and dancing weird emotions and weird thought systems you don't know you create your own. Who knows what's going to happen? So you got to free yourself from those domains by raising your frequency, and you come to the earth that I lived on. That way shit like that doesn't happen to you. Or not, or stay where you are. Some people like their misery. They got to. When I was in misery once, did I like it? I just thought it was normal. Until it got worse. There's a point where it gets to enough, and we're like, okay, you gotta make a change, you know. It's time to sleep on our stomach now. You know, instead of our side, kind of thing. Your life is always working out for you. Every single time, every single day, every single step, every single mistake, every single wrongdoing someone does to you, it is working for you. You can get, by not knowing this, you can kind of get the lead out really far, to where it takes a while to dissipate all the way back to know where you are so you can learn this. But eventually you get it. You see, eventually you have enough hindsight where you can look back at your life and like, yes, it really was always working out for me. Every single thing did happen the way it did. And it's just not determinism. This is not like we're on a track. This is how amazing we are. Okay? Alright, guys? This is how amazing you are, how amazing we are. This is what we're doing. We like it rough. We like to have both sides of the stick. We like it so unbelievably good, we gotta have the unbelievably bad. There's no other way around it. Okay? Now, maybe some might say, well, maybe we'll just like it kind of great. And that way there's only kind of badness. But then there'll be the people that don't want that badness. And where do we stop? Okay, no badness at all. That means we get no goodness. So where are we then? This is kind of neutral. It's like just sitting there with a thumbs up our ass. No, that's dumb. We learn to serve. Place yourself where you want. Create your own fucking reality. Create your own reality. Now we're a throng of humans, so we're creating this shared reality. This is the game we're playing. Okay? You, within, there are infinite tracks of reality preferredness out there for you to shift to. It's just infinite. Raise your frequency. See what your life changes to. You'll still be in this dense world, and you'll still be able to look out the window. All the fuckers who haven't figured it out there banging each other, and I meant to say beating each other over head with sticks, but banging each other too. Just look down there. Like, oh my God. But it's not your reality, because you raise your frequency. And then they'll be like, well, the 1%, they have all the wealth. It's always going to be that way. If you chop everything up and give everyone out the fair amount, give it 30 years, 100 years, 500 years, it's going to go back to people with the highest frequency having all the shit. Or the manipulators, or the really hard hustlers, but they only get so high. The higher frequency ones are always at the top. It's always going to come back out, because you can't beat the universe. You can't want to have it this way, then get down here, and then try to change it, but then still have people who know how it really is. They will always slip through your fingers. Always. You'll get all the people you want. Maybe you'll have little victories. Maybe you'll get this and done. But it's all for naught. You're just going to have another lifetime of doing it wrong. More potential for it anyway. Now, all that being said, is very, very utmost important. And we remember, there's nothing serious going on here. At all. We aren't serious. Nothing serious. Think about those self-transforming elf machines. They're reality. There's nothing serious going on here. Okay? Nothing at all. So much so, look at my little nipple. Look at it. Ooh. Look at it dance. Now we're getting weird. It's okay. Just gonna do it. Getting weird. There's nothing serious going on here. You see? Yeah, nothing serious going on here. Going on here. Let me see what I can do here. Alright, let me stop. Yeah, we're just getting done. I have no more teaching. Actually, this is probably the most profound teaching. There's nothing serious going on here. Lighten up. Chill out. And this is something I still need to remind myself. It's not, I don't have it on auto, this one. I have to remind myself, lighten up, lighten up, lighten up, lighten up, lighten up, lighten up, lighten up. Lighten up. Just lighten up. Lighten up. So many things can be avoided. You just lighten up. Alright. I think that's it. 122.50.